everybody. Mr. Mark here, ready for Mr. Mark's mailbag. And before we get started, I would like to say Happy Easter, everybody. I love Easter. And guess what? We're going to have some healthy Easter tips coming up at the end of the show. But let's not mess around. And by the way, thank you for all the great feedback and comments on our guest last week, Coach Matson, about the tips that he had of air hockey that he had out there. Okay, first up on Mr. Mark's mailbag, right there. This is from Brooks, second grade, from my state, the great state of Florida. And he even has a picture there. I don't know what the picture is, but maybe I'll find out what he drew as I go through his message. It says, "Dear Mr. Mark, my favorite exercise is swimming in my pool." Well, you're in Florida. A lot of us have pools. And I'm glad that you're exercising by swimming in your pool. He would like to know, do I like to swim? My mom says it's good. It's a good way to exercise. It's a good way to exercise. Says Brooks, second grade, from the great state of Florida. So I'm thinking that's Brooks in his pool. It looks like he's doing like a cannonball. Very good, Brooks. And that's a diving board. Okay, excellent. Do I like to swim? Yes, I do. When I was your age, Brooks, we had a swimming pool, and myself, my brothers, and all our friends in our neighborhood, we used to always go swimming. And at the time, we didn't realize it. My mom never said, or my dad never said, that's a great way to exercise. But in hindsight, boy, we really were exercising by holding our breath, by swimming, by playing Marco Polo, tag, all kinds of stuff that we used to do when we're swimming. When I became an adult, I, for the first time, really learned how to swim like with laps. And that's a phenomenal way to exercise. And even my daughter, I got into swimming like that as well, instead of just playing Marco Polo. So it's great. Your mom's right. It's a great way to exercise. It's a fun way to exercise. And we always stress that. I want you to have fun because fun breeds consistency. So that means you'll be exercising every day. So maybe you're swimming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. We used to swim so long that I don't know what they called it, but you know when your hands and your toes get all pruny? But we used to play so long in the pool that our toes would start bleeding, actually, because we ran around when you're running around in the pool and everything. But yes, I like to swim. Great way to exercise. Fantastic question, Brooks, from the great state of Florida. Next up, we have a hello, Mr. Mark. This is Cynthia, fourth grade, from the great state of California. Sweet. I've mentioned it before. Mrs. Mark is from the great state of California. Hello, Mr. Mark. My name is Cynthia, and I'm in the third grade. I went to Yosemite National Park. We had lots of fun. Have you been there? No, I have not, Cynthia, but I've seen so many pictures and have heard so many stories from somebody like you and other people that I cannot wait to visit Yosemite National Park. I did climb Mount Whitney, which is in California, and I don't know if that is in Yosemite. I'm going to have to look that up. But Cynthia, several great things here. One, that you're out there enjoying the environment. You're going and supporting our national parks, which I always stress. Very important we support our national parks and keep them clean. And on top of that, you're there with your family. You're outside. You're exercising. You're learning. You're seeing amazing scenery. And you're just enjoying the environment. So that is fantastic, Cynthia, in the fourth grade from California. And I will look into, next week I'll look up if Mount Whitney is in Yosemite. I do know Mount Whitney, which was the first major mountain I ever climbed, is the tallest mountain in the lower 48 states. I climbed the top two, that one, and I think Mount Rainier in the great state of Washington. I climbed that one too. The tallest mountain in the continental United States is Denali, and that is in Alaska. That's 21,000 feet up. I have not done that, and I don't know if I'm going to. Okay, last one here. Dear Mr. Mark, this is from Jessup, third grade, from Ohio. Nice. When I'm playing soccer in my game, should I drink water or Gatorade? Okay, that's a pretty grown-up question there, Jessup. That's actually a really good question that I stress, and I talk about this all the time. Nothing against Gatorade. But I think that if you're playing soccer and you're playing in a game, it usually lasts between 30 minutes to an hour, tops. Okay. And even if it's really hot out, what you should be drinking is water. You don't need Gatorade for that short amount of time. Gatorade has lots of sugar, has electrolytes, and that's really good if you're going hours and hours and hours of an endurance sport. Like maybe you're going to run 10 miles or 15 miles. Maybe you're going to bike for 4 hours. Maybe you're going to do a triathlon. Then you can start incorporating these drinks that have extra energy in them, the sugar, the electrolytes. But if you're just out there playing around and you're in your soccer game, maybe your baseball game or your football game, it's okay just to drink water because you don't need all the added sugar and the other stuff that comes with those drinks. So an hour or less, drink water. An hour or more, you could start incorporating, maybe mixing some half Gatorade, half water, stuff like that. Great question from Jessup in the 3rd grade from the great state of Ohio. Okay, thank you very much for your questions. Now, some Easter tips for a healthier Easter. Now, I really like this one, and I was looking up different tips. This isn't just all from my memory, but one of the top ones, and I think as a kid, I fell victim to this too, is keep the actual Easter eggs that we get. You know, the chocolate bunny or the chocolate little Easter eggs that are in those bright colored foils and everything, the mini eggs. Keep those for actually the day of Easter. Because the thing is that my mom would set them out during the week, right, for decoration, and we would be eating those some every single day. And that's what we shouldn't be doing. We should keep the Easter eggs for Easter. So that's one of them. And then on that day, don't have so much that you're going to get sick, but you're able to have some. Also, it's all about balance. If you know that Sunday and Easter is going to be a huge day for you, everybody's over, lots of food, lots of fun, lots of candy, then prepare yourself for the week, and this is for kids and adults, that you're going to designate Sunday as kind of like your cheat day, right? That you might going to take in more calories than what you normally do. You're probably going to eat more junk food than what you normally do because of the celebration. Balance it out during the week. So try to really eat healthy and stay clean throughout the week. If on Thursday or Friday, maybe sometimes you might have a dessert on one of those days, don't have it this week. Because you know on Sunday, you're going to do a little extra. And then on the following day after Easter, make sure that you get back on track. It's all about balance. Have your cheat day. And maybe make Easter your cheat day. That's a couple tips. There's a bunch more, but we can't go on forever here on Mr. Mark's Mailbag. Once again, send all of your questions, and you guys are doing a great job this week. It was Jessup, it was Cynthia, and it was Brooks, all across the country. As always, keep sending in your letters. We'll answer them each and every week and share them with the rest of the country. You see the address right there on your screen, so make sure you send it to that address. Happy Easter, everyone. That's going to do it for Mr. Mark's Mailbag. And as always, right, keep it moving.